Hi, we are at New York Fashion Week and you're watching At a Glance Live.
Hey everyone, you are watching At a Glance, and today we're gearing up for our Fashion Week recap. So we're going to be covering all of the designers, interviews, presentations, and talking about the backstage access that we gave you. Plus, we have 3 special guests. So let's get ready to go live. Hey everyone, you're watching At a Glance. I'm Lucy, and this show spotlights people, places, and things doing well and doing good. So during New York Fashion Week, one of those questions that comes up sometimes is, where are the clothes actually made? Where are the fabrics coming from? Well, we glanced at a company downtown called Vos, which definitely gave us an incredible presentation. Plus, we got an interview with a designer, and she told us the story behind the clothes. So during a week full of fashion, we're going to be covering non-stop new collections, designers, we're going to be heading backstage, we're going to be speaking to models, and it makes us think about, where are our clothes that we're currently wearing made? Who's making them? Where are the fabrics coming from? Well, a few weeks ago I did a little bit of research and I came across a fashion sanctuary that has created this beautiful label called Vos, and this label works directly with designers in Chile, and what they'll do, these artisans will create these beautiful fabrics that then Jasmine, the designer here in America and New York based, will actually create into fantastic pieces that we have access to. So we already had an interview with Jasmine, and now we're heading to a presentation to find out more.
My name is Jasmine Etoile Ahrens. I'm the founder and designer behind Vos. Vos means voice, and we exist to give Indigenous women a creative voice in the fashion industry through economic, creative, and cultural empowerment.
So Jasmine, how do you choose the artisan partners that you work with?
We have started this collaboration through a partnership to the Mapuche community in southern Chile. They, back in 2009, I volunteered for a local nonprofit called the Chochol Foundation and really built a framework for design innovation with the artisan leaders of the community.
Why do you think that so many voices are lost when it comes to the fashion industry?
The fashion industry is an incredibly complex, globalized chain. It touches many countries per product, and so oftentimes there's little to no transparency in the supply chain between sewers, workers, intermediaries, factories, brands, and designers.
And what is next for Vos? What are you working on? What will take you to that next level?
So I'm very excited about building the Vos Sanctuary, which is our new retail concept for merging wellness, ceremony, ethical, handcrafted fashion, and also women's empowerment programming together into one community space.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I absolutely adore your work, and I look forward to seeing what you have in store for us over the next few months and then continuing on for the next few years.
Thank you so much for coming and experiencing our work.
What a beautiful presentation, and knowing that all of those pieces are made ethically makes me very happy as a consumer. So do come and check out Vos here in Soho. And not only has the presentation been fantastic, but it's been very accessible to people walking past here in Soho. Now, during New York Fashion Week, it's not always that accessible. I will tell you, tomorrow it's a little bit more exclusive. You will need a pass to get to the runway that we're going to, but don't worry, because I've got you covered if you tune here at a Glance Live. Now, I think it's time that I go home, get me a little bit of rest, so I'm ready for a bright and early start at the Indonesian Diversity Runway. Now, I do have one final question for you. Do I have to give these clothes back? I don't think so, not if I run fast enough and I can do it in heels. So I'll see you tomorrow, bye. So you just took a glance at Voss, and I promised you that I would be joined by some very special guests, and here I am. Look who is joining me here. We have George Brescia. We're going to be talking all about fashion, New York Fashion Week, and your book as well. So George, the first time I ever met you was actually backstage at a runway.
Yep.
I ran up to you and I said, I love your work, and you were very kind, and you know, we started chatting. But for those people out there who aren't familiar with everything that you do, tell us a little bit about your work in the fashion world.
Well, first of all, that's not my recollection. My recollection is I saw this gorgeous girl at that fashion show. I knew I needed to know who she was and talk to her. Our eyes met and we came together. So let's just call it what it was, okay?
All right, we'll keep that one.
Okay.
That's good.
All right, good. So my background, I grew up at Ralph Lauren in the business. In sales, and then I started traveling the country in all the Polo stores doing special events and merchandising and the liaison between design and retail. Then I left there, went to Tommy Hilfiger on the other side of the business at wholesale, was a vice president of creative services, and then I left Tommy and started consulting at Donna Karan, Jay-Z, Rocawear, and working with private clients.
How was Jay-Z to work with?
So fun.
Really?
Yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. He's so cool, and he actually, for his own personal style, like in his office, he's kind of conservative.
All right, well that's surprising, but
Yeah.
it's good to hear. I mean, not all of us can be over the top all the time, but when we are talking about the over the top sort of style, we're talking about New York Fashion Week. That is what everyone is doing. They want to get seen, they want to get photographed.
Yes.
When you're attending New York Fashion Week, what are you looking for?
You know, I want to see clothes that I'm inspired by.
Yeah.
I want to see clothes that I can look at and just see the different clients that I have wearing. And I'm always thinking about all the different clients in my head and who can wear this and who can wear that. And it's just a combination of the inspiration and sort of the practical part of it. Like, what is this person actually going to wear on the street? And how do we mix the two and get people excited about each season?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that another angle, especially what we've been taking a glance at, is the sort of sustainable fashion and eco-friendly fashion and fashion with an impact, because more and more designers are realizing not only do consumers want to have something that's innovative, but they want to be attached to something that is doing well and doing good. So what are some of the bigger names that you are taking an interest when it comes to making a stance from social impact?
Well, you know, I love what Stella McCartney does, right? Mm-hmm. So she's vegan, and I think that that's amazing to be able to come up with these fabrics. The technology is amazing that we have now in vegan leather and vegan suede and faux fur and what you can actually achieve. And she's so brilliant at it and keeping it modern and keeping it fresh and keeping it relevant. So I'm all for that.
Now I want to move on to your book.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Change Your Clothes, Change Your Life.
Because you can't go naked. And you know you can't. You are required to wear clothing by law in most places.
So tell me about the inspiration behind this book.
You know, I dress a lot of the Broadway community. And I was very inspired because I dress a lot of these girls for their auditions. And I was inspired by the fact that you walk into a room as an actor and there's a table of a full team sitting there, the producers, the directors, the choreographers. And once you walk in the room, they look at you, and with your essence, they make a judgment by what they see. And I thought, you know what? This happens in real life. As we walk down the street, I came in today, you did it to me, I did it to you, I did it to that man over there, I did it to that girl over there. We just do it, it's human nature. Yeah. So I want people to win at that game. And in my book, I talk about the secret language of clothing. Your clothes speak before you do. So you better have them say what you want them to, because they're talking. And I love when people say to me, you know, I dress them and they'll say, oh, well, I'm just going to walk the dog, it doesn't matter. Are you single? Did you want to stay single? Do you think we don't see you? Do you think you're invisible? Oh, hello, we see you, you're not invisible, and if you're single, you'll be staying single, walking the dog. Where you could be putting on the cute jeans, the cute sweatshirt, throw the hair in the pony, give me a little lip, give me a little lash, and hello, Saturday night date.
And the way that you find out how to do all of that is by getting George's book. So Fashion Week is about 7 days in total, give or take, and it does get very confusing because there is so much happening. But the second glance that we took was at the Indonesian Diversity Runway. Not only did we get to cover the runway, but we also gave you a backstage pass. This one was definitely one of my favorite glances. So it's day 2 of New York Fashion Week and we are heading downtown to cover the Indonesian Diversity Runway. Very excited about this opportunity. We'll be celebrating 5 different designers that will be going backstage to talk with, and then of course covering the runway as well. But before we do any of this, I obviously need to get my hair done because I can't rock up to a runway with hair looking like this. So we're going to one of my favorite salons downtown called Hale Organic Salon, which not only is environmentally friendly from the products that they use, but also the air that you breathe. So next time you see me, guys, I'll have clean hair, hopefully anyway. So we're here with the founder of Hale Organic Salon. Joe, you've just done my hair. It feels absolutely wonderful. Tell me about the products that you put on it.
Well, we used a deep frizzer because it's a lovely rainy day out there and the humidity's about 100%. So, and we want this to last. We used hydro hair for moisturizing, and that also gives your body as well. And a little salt spray from John Masters. Just good.
Well, I like how I can run my fingers through it. It feels soft, but I know it's going to hold. So why should we be aware of the products that we're using and what we're putting into our hair? What are some of the bad things that are out there on the market?
Waxes and parabens and things, they all soak into your skin. You shouldn't be putting products on your body that also have toxins in them.
Now, you are one of the top salons when it comes to being environmentally friendly. Why do you think that is? What do you do differently?
We actually do a lot of research and we look into the new products. People tend to sell something that's not as accurate as it should be.
And it sounds as though that should be the way that all salons are, but they're not. So that's why this is so different. So you do need to come and check out Hale Organic Salon. You'll be surprised at the wonderful people that you meet here. Hey everyone, you're watching At a Glance Live. I'm Lucy and we are outside getting ready to cover the Indonesian Diversity Runway Show. Now, a year ago, Anissa Hassanborn was one of the first Muslim designers to showcase her collection here at New York Fashion Week. She was also the first because she showcased a collection where models wore hijabs, and then her second collection, the models were immigrants. So not only are we here at New York Fashion Week celebrating fashion, but we're also celebrating diversity because today we're going to be covering a show with 5 designers who are all Indonesian and about to celebrate their art and work with us all. So how about we go on in? We're backstage here at the Indonesian Diversity Runway and we are speaking to some of the designers, and I'm catching up with one right here. Would you introduce yourself to everyone?
Yes, hello, I'm Vivi Zubaidi from Indonesia.
So tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the collection that we're about to see.
Well, the collection tells about self-understanding between me and God, and it's all about diversity because I use a lot of Indonesian fabric from different region in Indonesia, so it will show about how rich Indonesia is.
And see, this is what I find interesting. Recently we did some pieces on fast fashion and how you have stores out there that are creating pieces with really not ethical. Now, what do you think about when it comes to informing people out there about investing in good quality clothes?
Yeah, this is very good because you will only have this one and will take around 1-2 months to make one piece afternoon.
It's rich, it's going to last for a long time, and it looks spectacular. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you do your thing because the runway is about to start. So thank you, Vivi.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing the collection.
Thank you. name is Katrino. I am from Indonesia, of course. And this show is called Indonesian Diversity.
Well, how would you describe your collection and what it is that you're about to show?
Indonesia has a lot of traditional fabrics material, such as rang-rang, sangket, tenun. This collection, particularly, I'm bringing batik from Bali.
I see. So you're bringing your own cultures, fabrics to America right now.
America, and why? Because I'm confident that people will love my batik.
My name is Farah Shahab and this is my husband. Yeah, we are from Dorsoratia. We are the bags designer for the show. So all designers wearing our bags.
So what was it like to be part of this runway show?
Oh, this is amazing. This is a great experience. So amazing to be here. Thank you very much to be here.
My name is Frederick Candy, the name aka Loretto Makeup.
I love that. That's your IG?
Yes.
I like that little bit of self-promotion there. So tell everyone about what you're up to here backstage.
I'm on the backstage right now because I'm a new ambassador, Team Heart of Wilda Beauty by Caroline Spectria Beauty. So that's a unique experience for me. The makeup is just, it's like simple, nude lipsticks. It's like women of power.
So when it comes to the makeup, do you go a little bit more over the top with the eyes because you're doing the nude lip?
No, it's like something flawless. It's just like to be very natural, make the skin's perfect skin, and that's it.
Top tip for keeping your skin fresh.
Keeping your skin fresh, you need to drink a lot of water.
Okay, we're here with Vivi. We spoke to you before you showcased your collection. It was absolutely stunning. How do you feel?
I feel so excited. This is so emotional. Like, you know, that's a lot of deep message actually on my collection. And I hope, Mr. President, I love your country. I love your people.
And thank you for sharing that deep message with us. So that's it from us here at the Indonesian Diversity Runway. But stay tuned because we will be back with even more as we cover New York Fashion Week. I'm Lucy Norris and you've been watching At a Glance Live. So that was the Indonesian Diversity Runway that you just glanced at. And like I said, this show, I was going to be bringing you some special guests. And here I am with two beautiful ladies. We have Karen and Laura from Wren and Roch. So for our viewers out there who are not familiar with Wren and Roch, how would you describe the mission behind this company?
Well, Wren and Roch is a high fashion social impact brand, and our mission is to empower victims and survivors of rape, domestic violence, and childhood sexual assault by raising awareness, eliminating stigmas, and educating for the prevention of abuse. And why we're doing this is because we are survivors and we are empowered to make a difference.
And as Laura said, eliminating stigmas, those are not just words. People look at the two of us and they don't think, well, you look like a victim of rape or of domestic violence. And that's exactly why we're doing this, because we don't want people to victim blame. We want people to understand that this happens to educated women, strong women, entrepreneurs. It happens to men. And people don't really understand the statistics. The statistics are staggering.
And I think what drew me to Wren and Roch, there are a number of things, but one of them being that you're using a platform, you're using fashion to really make a difference. So how do you go about doing that? How does the business model work and how are you empowering them through it?
Well, what we're doing is we donate a percentage of our proceeds to organizations that are in alignment with our mission. And we also started our own nonprofit 501c3, the Wren and Roch Foundation, which allows us to do speaking engagements across the country so we can tell our personal story, talk about statistics, talk about prevention, because what most people don't realize is 1 in 3 girls and 1 in 5 boys will be sexually assaulted before their 18th birthday.
We've had some people say, like, why would you do this? Why would you put your personal story out there? It's none of anyone's business. You know, what is your point? Why don't you just keep that to yourself? And our thought process is the reason that predators get away with the things that they get away with is because no one's speaking about it. All the victims and the survivors keep the story to themselves. And as long as that's happening and the shame and the embarrassment is not put on the predator, it will just continue.
Tell me about, let me open this up because each purse actually comes with this card inside.
So when you purchase a Wren and Roch handbag or an accessory, we put 5 of these Carry Your Courage cards in there. So if someone stops you and says, wow, I love that handbag, and you don't have time to tell them about the mission, you hand them a card that has the mission of the company, and on the back side it says Carry Your Courage with our social media handles and our website. So you become an integral part of the brand and you're spreading awareness and doing it with a nice luxury, product.
Why do you think that more brands should do well and do good the way that Wren and Roch is doing?
And every dollar that you spend is a vote for the world that you want to live in. So you can choose, do I want to have products that are made in the USA, which ours are proudly made in the garment district in New York City, so we're very happy about that. Our Italian leather hides are hand finished and embossed in South Florida, which is where we're located. And so we're helping our local economy as well as our national economy. And then we're using the leftover parts of the hide because it's a cow, so it has arms and legs, and we're making leather cuff bracelets and chokers. So we're being more sustainable by using the entire hide and having our products made here in the US.
Well, you definitely have a product, a mission, and 2 incredible founders that deserve all of the success that I know is coming.
Thank you,
How
Lucy.
can people find out more about Wren and Roch?
Well, you can visit us on our website, which again is Wren and Roch, WRENANDROCH, and you can order products online. If you'd like to donate to our foundation, there is a tab on our website. It's the Wren and Roch Foundation, and you can make a donation, which again allows us to do our speaking engagement and empowerment programs across the country.
Guys, check them out, Wren and Roch. And when you see me walking down Madison, I'm going to be swinging my Wren and Roch bag for sure. And stay tuned because right now we are going to take a glance at our final show of New York Fashion Week. So get ready to glance at the Nolsha shows. Our final stop during New York Fashion Week was the Nolsha shows, which was one of my favorite. We had our whole crew there, we went live, we also interviewed some very cool guests, plus we gave you the runway and a 360 glance at what was taking place. So do make sure you check that out and take a glance at our final runway Nolsha shows. Day 3 of New York Fashion Week, and I will be honest with you, it feels like day 6. We have been non-stop when it comes to covering runways, speaking to designers, models, even some celebrities. And now we're heading downtown to cover Nolsha fashion shows, which is an incredible platform offering emerging designers a way to showcase their collections. So we're going to be looking for those designers that are really making an impact when it comes to the designs that they are showcasing on the runway. And I'm very excited as this was the first runway I ever covered about 5 years ago. So it's great to go back there with At a Glance Live. All right, guys, so we are about to go live tonight at 7:30, and we're going to be covering this whole fashion show. Remember, guys, you can be part of the conversation. Just hashtag AAG Live here at Nolsha Shows. It looks like something's just finished, which is very exciting, and this platform is all about giving an experience for emerging designers.
Always distracted by the clothes.
I really am.
This is the 1 week you can do that.
Oh, and here's Nakia, our producer, who's got us all sorted. Hi, Nakia. We're on Insta Live right now. Come. I don't know where my seat is. But you know what, sir? I don't know where my seat is. They said that I was front row. Who knows? Well, he'll find. We're going to cut live because I can't find my seat right now. But stay tuned because we are about to go live here at Nolsha Shows. They'll be live streaming all of the collections here on the runway. I'm Lucy Norris and this is At a Glance Live. Regina, for people out there who are not familiar, tell everyone about your brand and the mission behind it.
Thank you. Well, Trade was birthed just to help women who are victims of sex trafficking and victims of domestic violence. And so the whole concept was to, trade fashion for freedom. And so we really want to bring freedom to people who are in those types of situations through creating a beautiful design and collection. When you purchase something, it actually goes back to helping the women.
How would you describe the collection that we saw tonight? What was the inspiration behind?
I was so excited about this collection because I love textures, and so it was all about mixing of textures and a transformation story. So we have butterflies, we had cocoons, it was all that symbolic transformation that works back to the woman, but just the beauty of the brokenness. I love things that are broken, and I just find the beauty in that. So I was like, nothing needs to be perfect anymore. Perfect is over. It's all about just these beautiful trims and things that are just less imperfect, just textures and mixing all that. And even all the colors are earth tones, and they're really inspired by nature.
And the colors really got to me because they were so simple but yet so effective. The beauty of going live is that you never know when we're actually going to go live. We're here on the red carpet at Knowles' shows, and I'm here with a beautiful designer who just showed her collection. For those viewers who are just joining us, tell everyone who you are.
I am Chastity Sorrell, and I'm a designer from Houston, Texas.
And tell us about the inspiration behind your beautiful collection.
Well, the inspiration stemmed from nature and the power of women and how they go hand in hand.
Now, where was that inspiration coming from in that final piece? Because you definitely see this ethereal, magical sense coming from your fabrics.
Well, for the last piece, I really wanted it to be dramatic, and I wanted to show how the allureness and the seriousness of a woman can just consume a man.
How would you describe the woman that you designed for?
The woman that I designed for is definitely like the finale piece, someone who is mysterious, who's powerful, who draws attention without even saying a word, and you can just see it in what she wears.
See, I'm a huge fan. Love that piece. Enjoy the rest of Fashion Week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll be here till Monday.
So that's it from New York Fashion Week. It goes so quickly, but we were definitely able to discover the designers, the brands, the names that are really making an impact when it comes to the fashion world. Remember to stay tuned for our next live events that we'll be covering, and you can always hashtag AAG Live to be part of the conversation. I'm Lucy Norris, and this is At a Glance Live.